Hi friends, hey, welcome to another Sunnyside Design video here. Today we're going to share how we're going to make some cozy trees for my Christmas decor. I really wanted a cozy, warm feel for my holidays. And so I picked up a sweater from the thrift store we're going to use. And then I've also got this really luxurious
Oh, it's so soft.
yarn here that we're going to make some decor with. The first decor piece we're going to make is going to be some cozy trees, sweater trees. So we're going to take this sweater that I picked up at the thrift store and we're going to cut it apart. First, I'm going to make a cone out of some poster board. Now you could buy a paper mache cone form to make your trees, but I was going to make quite a few and I thought this will save me a little money if I just make my own. So I used a string and a pencil to get the arc that I needed for the size of tree I wanted. And then I'll just simply cut it out and then I can form a cone and make my little sweater tree. Now I roll the poster board and get it to the diameter that I would like my tree to be, and then I'm going to mark it with a pencil and cut off the excess of the poster board that I'm not going to need. And this will give me the diameter and the height that I want my little cone tree to be. Now I've cut off the sleeve off of the sweater and I'm just going to cut it open right there at the seam. And now I'm going to take my cone shape that we made out of the poster board and use it as a pattern for cutting out the sweater. So I just used a Sharpie marker to kind of trace about 1/4 of an inch larger than my little cone shape. And this will give me the exact size of sweater that I need to cut um, to make my little sweater trees. Along the bottom edge, I made my mark about an inch larger so that I would have some excess that I could fold up underneath. Now I'm ready to just cut out my sweater here from the sleeve. So just cut along the lines that you have traced for your pattern. Now I'm ready to form my cone from the poster board. So I'll roll it and get a point up at the top and then roll the bottom to the diameter. Now it's going to overlap slightly at the top, just maybe like 1/8 of an inch, and then as it moves towards the bottom, it will overlap about 1/4 of an inch. And I just use some packing tape to hold that together. So I'll get, and I started at the point. I figured that was the most important part. So I just tape it down with a little piece of packing tape and then just kind of move my way down and secure it the rest of the way. Now I just wanted to check and make sure that it was level and that my tree wasn't leaning to one side, and it was slightly, so I just took my scissors and trimmed off just slightly on one side to make sure that it was level. Now I'm here at the sewing machine. I'm going to stitch together the little piece of sweater that we've cut out in our cone shape. So I've got right sides together and I'm going to stitch along the sides with 1/4 of an inch seam allowance, starting at the lower edge of the point or the wider edge of the cone shape and then towards the point. And finally, I'm going to just angle cut the tip of the uh, little cone-shaped sweater here and then flip it right side out and then use my scissors to kind of gently push the point of the sweater out into a nice point for our little sweater tree. Now I'm ready to slide it onto the paper cone. So we'll just work that point up into the top of the sweater. And now we just need to secure it with some glue. And I just used hot glue for this. I pulled the tree or the sweater down tight over the cone to form a tree. And then I just ran a bead of hot glue around the bottom edge of the poster board there, and then just tucked the sweater up around it and secured it into place. And that is it. That is how you make a cozy little sweater tree. Make sure you stay till the end of the video and we will show you the sweater trees all staged up and pretty along with our second tree we're going to make. Let's get started on our second cozy tree. Okay, this is the yarn that I'm going to use. It's called Loops and Threads. I picked this up at Michael's and it feels like it's one of those wool roving type things, but I believe it's just an acrylic yarn. Anyway, so this is what I'm going to use. I've made a cone just out of some poster board, and I've just taped it together with some packing tape. You could purchase a paper mache cone to make your tree, but I was making quite a few of these this year and I thought, I'll just buy some poster board. It'll be less expensive if I do it that way. So that's what I'm going to use. And then we're just going to need the glue gun. So I'm going to just take this yarn and I'm going to begin at the top. I'm going to put my tail down and glue that down, and then I'm just going to start wrapping it around and gluing it as I go. I'll just start right there with a little bit of the tail glued into position. This way I don't have to kind of try to figure out how I'm going to hide that tail at the end. So I thought I'd start at the top. Thought that might be a little bit easier. And then really it's just going to be adding glue and wrapping it around. I'm just going to do it loosely so that you get that nice fluffy feel of the yarn. A little glue and just roll it down. Now as I put this glue on, I don't need to put it like all the way around. I can just put a little bit of glue and then wrap it and secure it in a few other spots. That will hold it enough to cover the whole tree, or to hold the yarn down on the tree. Once I get these all completed, I can embellish them with a little bit of berries. You could even wrap them with some of those little fairy lights. Those little LED lights would be really fun on here as well. And I think this is going to look super cute with my finger knit pumpkins that we've, or not pumpkins, sorry. I did do finger knit pumpkins in the fall, but the finger knit trees that we did a couple of weeks ago. I think they're going to be pretty, having the knit, the spiral with the wool roving, and then also those sweater trees that we also made. So it's just going to be a really soft, cozy look to my decor this year. And you can see how fast and easy this little project is. It's really just going to take maybe 10 or 15 minutes to complete the whole project. One good thing about using the cardboard or the paper or whatever, the poster board to make my trees is they're going to be hollow here. And so when it comes to storing them, I can stack them inside of each other and it's going to take up less room in my Christmas bins. So another plus of making your own little cones for these trees. Looks like I could get several trees from this one skein of this yarn. which is nice. It is a little bit pricey. I believe the regular price is like $20 a skein, but it was half off. The day I bought it, all yarn was half off. So I paid $10 for this, and I'm sure I could get several out of it. And then plus I have an idea to use it on my wreath. So it's going to get well used. So we love to hear your comments. If you saw our finger knit trees and this tree here, let us know which one you like better. And if you've tried it, we'd love to know what you thought of this little process. The instructions were easy for you to understand. We'd love to hear from you. So I've got all of the yarn secured on the whole cone, and then just to finish it up at the end, I've gone right around the bottom edge with the yarn, and then I'm just going to put some glue inside here and just glue the tail up inside the cone. So I'll just put a little bit of glue there and secure my tail. And there you have it. There is my cozy little Christmas decor. Here are our completed trees. We've got on the left the wrapped yarn, chunky yarn tree, and then the tree on the right is from the sweater. I was able to get 3 trees out of the sweater, and I still have extra sweater. I could make more if need be, or save it for another project, and I had plenty of yarn left over to make more trees as well. I'm saving some to make a wreath for my front door though. I'm going to do something cozy and soft for the front door, so watch for that. You'll notice also that I've actually stacked some of my little trees on some brass candlesticks to give them some extra height. I just put the candlestick inside the cone, and it elevated the tree off and made a little tree trunk for the tree. You'll find more information about the products that we used in our description section, also with links to our social media and our website, where you can always find more DIY ideas that are budget friendly. If you've enjoyed this tutorial, please like our video and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching a Sunnyside Design tutorial, where we hope to bring your home to the sunny side of the street.